Hi iPrevent viewers! Welcome to our May YouTube video. We hope you're doing well and enjoying this beautiful spring. Today, we're going to be talking about a few different topics. Here at iPrevent, we love to talk about all things that impact our health. But the truth is, our body is a system that works together to make us healthy. That means one part of our health, like sexual health, can impact other parts of our health, like mental health. Today, we're going to be talking about different ways to keep our bodies healthy and how these healthy habits can impact other parts of our health and keep our bodies functioning like they're supposed to for years to come.
Physical health, eating well and getting exercise, and its impact. Take care of your physical body. Having a consistent, healthy diet will keep your body feeling energized, content, and stable. Eat the rainbow. Eat lots of colorful vegetables and fruits and dark leafy greens to get your vitamins and minerals in. Fiber is also very important to consume to keep your digestive system running smoothly. You can do this by eating lots of vegetables and fruit and whole grains. Keep it fun and different. Variety is good. Make sure to read nutrition labels so that you know what's going inside of your body and so that you can limit your intake of bad things such as trans fats, cholesterol, excess salt, and excess sugar. Watch our recent video, Nutrition Awareness Month, to learn more tips on how to keep a balanced, healthy diet. The other important part of keeping yourself physically healthy is to make sure you move your body. There are endless ways to do this. It can be a hobby, like playing sports or dancing. It can be a routine, like going to the gym, or it can be integrating movements into your daily life. Some ways of integrating movements into your daily life include using the stairs instead of an elevator, or walking or riding a bike instead of driving a car. Benefits of physical activity in your life include reducing your risk of cardiovascular disease, reducing type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. It also can reduce some common cancers. Physical activity also strengthens your bones and muscles and consequently slows down the loss of bone density as you age.
Let's talk about another important aspect of health, your mental health. See, many times we think about physical health and mental health as two separate entities. But the truth is that both goes hand in hand. It is only fair that by addressing the body as a whole, that we talk about your mental health as well. Poor mental health can affect your ability to make healthy decisions and fight off chronic diseases. Neglecting your mental health can lead to more serious health complications such as heart disease, high blood pressure, weakened immune system, asthma, obesity, gastronomical problems, and premature death. For example, depression alone can cause you to experience chronic fatigue, insomnia, and increased sensitivity to pains and aches due to abnormal neurotransmitters in the brain. Another example is chronic stress. Chronic stress can cause you to experience insomnia, headaches, stomach aches, nausea, etc. On the long term, it can even cause you to have stroke or heart attack. Plus, it can affect your behaviors, which can directly impact your physical health, such as overeating or undereating, alcohol or drug misuse, social withdrawal, and more. Thankfully, there are many ways you can take care of your mental health. Remember how we talked about exercising to improve your physical health? Well, The good news is that exercising can also help improve your mental health. Exercise can release feel-good brain chemicals like endorphins or serotonin that can ease depression and anxiety. Another important topic that we have talked about for your physical health is your diet. But did you know that your diet can also impact your mental health? See, diets loaded with processed, high-calorie and low-nutrient food have been linked with increased anxiety and depression. Skipping meals can lead to fatigue. Malnutrition can affect your brain function, thus also your cognitive ability. So, all we can tell you is to keep a healthy diet. The third point is very important. Sleep well. Ever tried to function after a poor night of sleep? How did you feel? Maybe you felt more irritable, easier to get frustrated. Perhaps you experienced some brain fogs. Did you have a harder time staying alert as well, focused and memorizing? This is simply because your sleep time is important to your mental health. Try to be consistent with your sleep schedule. Take time to relax before going to bed. And try to lower your caffeine intake if you struggle to sleep. Plus, remember to attempt to keep these 7 or more hours of sleep at night. Do activities that help you relax. Practice a new hobby, do some journaling, meditate, read. Take care of your spiritual self if you are a spiritually minded person. Laugh. Laughter is medicine to the heart. Do something fun, watch a movie. Also, remotivate yourself every morning. See the positive in life. Build your confidence. Research has shown that optimism, life satisfaction, and happiness can help reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease regardless of your age, socioeconomic status, smoking status, or body weight. Finally, get support as needed. Your social circle is a very vital aspect to preventing a decline in your mental health. Don't be afraid to reach out to friends and family to support. Also, a professional support such as a counselor might be a good place to start if you are having a hard time mentally.
Now, we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about something that might seem kind of unrelated, and that is blood pressure. Now, if you're a young, relatively healthy person, you may not have given much thought to your blood pressure or even really know what it is. But since May is National High Blood Pressure Education Month, we're going to break it down for you, especially because high blood pressure is something that millions of adult Americans struggle with, and it ties into our other topics. So let's get into it. What is blood pressure? Well, as most of you probably know, we have blood circulating through our bodies in these little vessels called veins and arteries. And the blood brings very important things to our organs and our muscles, like oxygen and other important nutrients. But as the blood circulates through our veins and arteries, it causes pressure on the walls of these vessels. You might have gone to the doctor before and they tell you that your blood pressure is 2 numbers. Well, these numbers tell you how much pressure is in your veins and arteries when your heart beats, or systolic, and how much pressure is in your veins and arteries between each heartbeat, or diastolic. And it's read as systolic over diastolic.
A normal blood pressure is said to be under 120 over 80. So let's talk about what it means when your blood pressure is not in that range. Most commonly, adults struggle with high blood pressure. Although our blood pressure does change throughout the day with activities that we do,
some people do deal with consistent or chronic high blood pressure. This isn't something that develops overnight, but happens over time. So why is high blood pressure such a big deal? Well, it's because that high blood pressure can put you at higher risk for other serious health conditions like heart attack, heart disease, and strokes. But in addition to that, it can also damage some of our important organs that are very important for functioning, like the heart, brain, kidneys, and eyes. High blood pressure is often known as the silent killer because it usually doesn't show any signs or symptoms. So as you grow older, it's important to visit your primary care physician regularly to get your blood pressure checked and make sure it's in the healthy range. Now, you must be wondering what causes high blood pressure, and in some cases, the answer is straightforward. Certain conditions like obesity and diabetes can lead to higher risk of high blood pressure. But in other cases, it's a specific lifestyle that increases a person's risk. For example, a diet with too much sodium or salt over many years contributes significantly to increased blood pressure levels. Additionally, not getting enough physical activity over the years, drinking too much alcohol, and using tobacco are other risk factors. Lastly, although there is no direct connection between stress and long-term high blood pressure, it does cause short-term spikes in blood pressure that can be harmful to your heart health. This is why we like to talk about our body as a system that works together. The way we treat our bodies mentally and physically leads to lasting impacts on our body's health. It's important to do all the things we talked about previously to prevent serious health complications later in life. By eating well, staying active, managing stress, and lowering tobacco and alcohol intake, you can manage or avoid high blood pressure altogether. Our risk of life-threatening events like stroke or heart attack decreases significantly when we lead a healthy lifestyle. Today's choices are tomorrow's health outcomes.
Thanks for tuning in, iPrevent viewers, to this month's YouTube video. Hopefully you feel empowered to treat your body with care and now know why it's important for your long-term health. And remember, if you are in need of health resources like condoms or lube, HIV or Hep C testing, or you would like to schedule a clinic appointment, iPrevent has your back. Just DM us on our social media at iPrevent_OHL or call us at 504-418-4955 and we can hook you up. Until next time.